So I am Sai Bapat. I completed my Masters of Science in Yogic Science in 2002, and since then I am teaching yoga. 6 years back, I realized the importance of food when I myself was suffering with high cholesterol and I was overweight after giving birth to my second child. 6 years back, I was fortunate enough to meet my mentor who introduced me to this science or art of eating clean, and we decided to give it a shot. In a day, we just did all the changes that were recommended, and since then there is no looking back. So my cholesterol became normal. I lost 15 kgs of extra weight, which I was carrying for a couple of years after trying all possible diets at that time. And for my kids also, since last 6 years, all of us are following this clean eating. So clean eating is nothing but nutritionally balanced, whole plant-based food. I have founded my company, which is Clean Eating with Sai, and through that I conduct online workshops, 7-day workshops, as well as 21-day little deeper version of it, where I do the hand holding. People who know that they should eat clean, that they should use a nutritionally balanced plant-based food, but exactly they don't know how to start and where to start. So that's where these online workshops come in the picture. Today I'm going to talk about a topic which is very close to my heart, and that is how to feed our children fruits and vegetables. Before I get into that, I really want to thank Kirti of Cook Clean and the team behind Cook Clean. I really appreciate the efforts they are taking to spread the awareness and to help people switch to this lifestyle change of eating clean, and that is giving tremendous results. I keep reading on the group that people are able to get rid of their medication of blood pressure and acidity, and so many things are getting resolved. So excellent effort by team Cook Clean, and I am so happy being here today on Cook Clean group and interacting with all of you. Okay, so with that introduction, let me start with the topic: how to make your children love vegetables and also fruits. Now there are so many other factors when we switch to nutritionally balanced whole food plant-based diet. That means no to animal products, no to refined products, no to oil, sugar, refined oil, refined sugar, refined salt, refined flours and all that. But the most important thing when it comes to children is to make them eat fruits and vegetables in its most natural form. So let me tell you, being coming from IT background, I have this habit of turning everything into a project. So today's project, let us consider today's project is to make our children willingly consume fruits and vegetables in its most natural form. Now I want you to pay attention to each word of this statement. I am talking about willingly making them eat fruits and vegetables and not forcefully. Not showing them some incentives. If you eat this, I'm going to give you a chocolate. Then the whole thing is gone. The motive of making them eat fruits and vegetables is lost. And second thing is, in its most natural form is what we are targeting. We don't want to feed our children banana walnut muffins, assuming that banana in that muffin is going to give you the benefits of banana, right? I know parents who feel that if I feed my child tomato ketchup, store-bought tomato ketchup, then my children are going to get benefits of consuming tomatoes. That is not what we are aiming for. We want our children to consume in its most natural means, fresh and raw form. That's where the whole nutrition is. We want them to consume the live food with all the enzymes intact. Whenever we process, whenever we cut, chop, juice, dehydrate, roast, pressure cook, and do all sorts of things with fruits and vegetables, 50% of the nutrients are lost, and slowly it is getting converted into dead food. So that's not what we want to do, right? So this is the problem statement, willingly in its most natural form. So what is the next step? Whenever we get any project, okay, we have to make a team. Unless you have a team, this experiment is not going to be successful, mind you. Everybody who is there in your house should be part of this team. So that includes your spouse, if you are staying with your in-laws or parents, if you have a house help or a maid or a cook who is helping you in daily course, all of them should be ready and agree that yes, we are going to work on including fruits and vegetables in my child's diet. Not only in my child's diet, in our diet. And the most important person who should be part of this project is the child himself or herself. Unless they are willing to try this experiment, okay, to try eating fruits and vegetables, it's not going to be a smooth ride. Now, how to bring your child on board? Again, you have to use your creativity. You know your child better, right? Most of the times, telling them stories really work. Nowadays, there are so many plant-based athletes who can be role model for your children. Virat Kohli, if he is a cricketer, talk to him about Virat Kohli. He starts his days with couple of kgs of fruits, and that's why he's not falling sick, and he can play day in and day out, right? Similarly, you can figure out your own story which will connect with your child, and he will be ready to join this experiment of eating fruits and vegetables for at least 3 months to see the visible benefits. So once your child is on board, then our work starts, right? So our work starts by making the planning. We have to first focus on making a plan. And for that, the first step is to make a timetable. You know, fruits and vegetables should be best consumed empty stomach in order to absorb all the nutrients from them, right? You know, because fruits and vegetables are digested the quickest and they can get out of the stomach the quickest. Fruits in 1 hour, vegetables in the raw form, starchy vegetables in the steamed form, maybe 1.5 to 2 hours, right? Now, when you are going to mix it with cooked food, the cooked food is going to stay in your stomach for more than 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours minimum, even if you have cooked it satvically and, you know, conservatively still. And just imagine if you are eating amras and puri together, what is going to happen with that in your stomach? Actually, that amras can go out of your stomach in 1 hour by absorbing all the important nutrients. But when you are mixing puri with it, that puri is going to stay there for 2.5 to 3 hours. So mango is also going to be there in your stomach because our stomach has no intelligence to separate that food, right? And that's why the absorption of the nutrients of that mango is totally disturbed, and we are not going to get any benefits of consuming that mango. Now, it is equally true even with vegetables also, but it is practically not possible to have a salad meal. Expect our children to consume salad meal separately, right? It is not very practical because they go to school and they get hungry very often. And if you give only cucumber as a lunch, you know, they are really going to suffer. That's why in the beginning, as a thumb rule, it's okay to mix your cooked food with salad, at least include salad. So when you see your meal plate or a plate, cooked food plate, you divide it into 4 quadrants, and 1 quadrant should come from raw vegetable salad, right? But fruits, keep it totally separate. Fruits, make sure that everybody is eating it empty stomach. Now, we are making timetable for including fruits and vegetables in your child's diet. So when are we empty stomach? Okay, the best slot when we are empty stomach is morning when we get up, and that's the reason the best way to start your day is with the fruits. And children love eating fruits in the morning. So anyway, so fruits, so you have a time slot for fruit, even though they are not ready to consume only fruits as breakfast. What you can do is first give them fruits, and after that, whenever they are hungry, you can include cooked breakfast. Now, when is the time to eat vegetables? So vegetables are little tricky to get hooked to. You know, sometimes they are bland. The taste has to be acquired because by birth we are introducing children to so many spices and so many tastes that they no longer enjoy a cucumber or carrot sometimes, okay, or most of the times. In that case, find out a time slot when they are extremely hungry and they will be ready to eat whatever you serve to them. And generally, in my experience, whenever children come back from school, That is the time slot. If you serve them nicely arranged plate of salad, we will discuss it later, then there are more chances of your child consuming that salad than giving it at some time when they are not really very hungry. So you made a timetable that morning is the fruit slot, evening is the vegetable slot. Again, it can change, okay, based on your preferences and your child's routine and timetable. This can change. Now the next step is you have to remove something from your kitchen in order for your kids to reach out to fruits and vegetables. Just imagine what will happen if they know that there is a cupboard in the kitchen where I get everything that I like. I get namkeen, I get chips, I get cereals, I get so many other junk food which I like. Why will they come and choose fruits and vegetables, right? So for a week, so the strategy what we follow is we remove everything, all that namkeen and fried and junk food for a week, and Sunday evening you are free to choose one thing or maybe two things that you are craving for, which is namkeen and sweet, okay, or maybe biscuits, or maybe something once a week, which is meal for your mind, okay. All other days we are working for meal for the body, but one meal, of course, we have to give in to our craving, which will be meal for the mind. So once you remove all those things which they should not eat, only then they will be forced to eat fruits and vegetables, right? So that is the second tip. Remove everything, remove the obstacles. First was make timetable. Second was remove the obstacles. Now third was stock your refrigerator or cupboards or your dining table with lots of good looking ripe fruits and vegetables. They should see it while nowadays kids are at home, so it is very difficult for us to figure out a time when they are empty stomach, because all the time they are hungry because they have nothing better to do, right? So at that time, if you just imagine that your dining table has lots of ripe mangoes, cherries, jamuns, bananas. Maybe first day they will not go for it, but if they see you going and eating that, then they will also. And keep a knife, keep a peeler, keep a cutting board ready and a plate ready. Day in and day out, if they see nice fruits and vegetables in front of them, surely they are going to start eating that. And if they don't see any junk equivalent in the cupboard or the kitchen, right? So that was the third tip. And the fourth tip is make it interesting for them. If your children are in the age group of 4+, like 4 to 7, they really like colors. They really like the appearance of the food, right? So there are so many nice gadgets which are available. So Spiralizer is one such thing. Please invest. You get it for say 2000 or 2500 rupees on Amazon India. And in Spiralizer, you can make noodles out of vegetables and chips out of apples and so many different things, right? And the most important thing is, and then you start your experiment. So you make a timetable, you plan. How you plan? You involve your children in buying fruits and vegetables. So we have to work on building positive image of fruits and vegetables in our children's head, rather than telling them, oh, you have to eat this because this has vitamin C. You have to eat this because this has calcium. Believe me, children will resist the food more the instant you talk about calcium or vitamin C or protein or whatnot. Keep these nutritional jargons away. What they are attracted is the appearance and smell and the freshness of the food. So all the very best for your journey.